What a cute little tripod. I was in the emergency room the other day. Is that on? I can't tell you this joke then. Yeah, John Smith. I'm working on a game called Warhammer. Chris Taylor, creative director at Gas-Powered Games and the lead designer of Supreme Commander. And certified nut job. Certifiably insane. And soon to be out of work. No. I wrote up the. I've been thinking about it for years, actually, since I started. Since I started Gas-Powered Games, I was always thinking about the next RTS game. But officially, I started writing the design in the summer of 2003, and we officially kicked off the project in January of 2004. So it's been a haul. That's for sure. These things don't come quickly or easily. Oh well, you know, when I worked at Cave Dog, I was an employee, and I was a designer, and my job was just game design. When I started Gas-Powered Games, I was then a founder of a company. I had to do all the business negotiations and the lead design work on Dungeon Siege, and so many jobs that I was overwhelmed with how much effort it took to run a business. So even though I thought I could get working on a strategy game a couple of years after starting the company, it really took me 5 years. I mean, we founded in May of 98, and it wasn't until, say, middle of 03. So you've got, that's, over 5 years before I could clear the work off my plate in order to start working on Supreme Commander. Does that make sense? Maybe not. It's just called being overwhelmed, being overloaded with work, and you keep thinking it's not going to be that much work, but it really is. To run a business is an enormous amount of work, and it's nothing to do with game design. Yeah, the full theater of war, the strategic zoom, being able to zoom in and zoom out under the cursor, that's a feature that I want in my photo editing software. Like if I want to take the red eye out of a photo, I want to be able to put the cursor on the eye and roll the mouse and have it zoom in. You can't do that on a lot of photo programs. I mean, you think it should be there. So truth is, there's a lot of things that we did in Supreme Commander that could be useful in a lot of games. Estimated time of arrival is a system that I love. Maybe it's a little esoteric for some, but when you start thinking like someone who's in charge of a large military operation, you realize something very important, that in almost all RTS games, the minute the player gives a command, they're done with the unit. They're told them to go across the map and attack. In real life, when a general or a commander issues an order, he almost immediately gets an assessment back from his subordinates that tell him.
I'm going to call the 5 first guy. So just to explain to you right now how it's going to work.
So
have 2 teams of 5.
It's called vetting out the strategy, vetting out the plan, where your top lieutenants say, okay, I understand what you want to do, boss, but we got to run the numbers. You want to move tanks over here, you want to bomb that, you want to do this, you want to have all this stuff going on. We don't know if it's possible yet. We're going to go find out, and we'll come back to you with our information. RTS games don't do anything close to that, but the computer is uniquely designed to give the player all of these systems. There are things that I wanted to do in Supreme Commander that I'm sorry, is this throwing a wrench into the works? So, for example, we give you a pathfinding preview off the end of the cursor, and you sort of see it. But I want, when you give the final order, I want to see the waypoints bend around the terrain and do all of the things just like the computer's going to do, and all you get right now is a straight line. We have so much more we can do that's just so computationally intense, but the computer can do it, it just can't do it fast enough, So there's a lot of really cool, exciting things to come. Sorry, that it's very hard to talk over that voice.